What's going on, guys? It's your boy Adjen back again for another Alchemy Stars video, and for today it's time to share with you my monofire team rankings. Just like in my previous videos where I published my mono thunder team rankings and my mono water team rankings, today is the fire version of that one. So let's get right into it. So these are the teams that I've come up with my updated monofire team ranking. So at the triple S tier, we have Sinsa, Paus, IC, Magi, Isban. Having Sinsa in the team is already a pretty strong lineup, especially if you have his preemptive strike. Preemptive strike deals a lot of damage also because you can already put up some depth break mark on the enemy. And this is just a pretty common, something like a vanilla team, but still a pretty strong vanilla team. You have the tile converter with Faust, IC, and Magi, and then Isban here to pump up some really good big burst turn because Isban is your double chainer in this one. And also Isban can lower the enemy's attack, so he has some form of utility outside of his double chain buff. Next on the team, we have the Smoky team. I used this one a lot before because this one is very powerful. This one has a lot of synergy in the team. Smoky, Toru, and Charon all has share the same cooldown, active skill cooldown. And if you waited enough to align Faust and Icy's skill cooldown to them, it is still very powerful because if you waited one more turn before activating Faust and Icy's active skill, you can have some additional tiles that you can convert. And this team rocks with in terms of tile conversion. Smoky and Charon are your pseudo tile converter because they can tile reset. And also this team has a very good teleporter in the form of Smoky, and Smoky is a really good DPS unit. Although she's not a dedicated DPS, she deals decent damage. And Toru here and Charon are your main DPS, and Toru and Charon are pretty strong. They are very, very strong. And you don't really need a healer because IC can heal. That is why I rated in my units rating that IC is one of the best unit in the fire team. Another variation of the Smoky team, although I've removed Chadron here, I put in Alter Lin. Alter Lin is one of the added units in the game. And she is pretty darn good, pretty darn strong. I've added Alter Lin here for more better mobility because sometimes Smoky's mobility is not enough. So you need to add another mobility like Alter Lin. And she hits also pretty hard. She has some not the best detonator chain, but it is still a detonator chain. A radial shape. That is what Carlin has. But it is still very powerful, very strong. This one, the SS Plus tier team, is a variation of this one. Although I replaced Paus with Uriel, and I replaced Toru with Rin. And if you've noticed, in this team, there are no dedicated DPS. Yes, guys, this team is all made of tile converters. Their class is converter class. Smoky, Uriel, IC, Rin, and Alter Lin are all considered converter class. Yeah, and it's very strong. This team is very powerful. I've already showcased this type of team in floor 96. Sadly, I was not able to clear that one because they still lack some damage, but it is still a pretty good showcase nonetheless. And this team is really, really powerful. I don't have the MBT Rin, preemptive strike Rin. But maybe if I have a preemptive strike on my Rin, then probably I might be able to clear that one. But yeah, this team is pretty good, pretty fun to use, and all of them are waifus. Yes. We play this game for the waifus, not for the meta bullshit, right? So yeah, I use this team a lot. Next we have here Nobio, Paus, IC. Now, I have here some fill in the blanks. Because you can just flex in here depending on what your choice. But these three alone is makes this team an SS tier team. We have here Nobio, Paus, IC. These two are very much a core unit for the power team building. And if you have some, you need the healing in your team, Nobio is best suited here. And also, Nobio can deal pretty decent damage because Nobio has a detonator chain on his chain combo attack. You can fit in here maybe one of your choices. Gram, Charon, you want some snipers, you have Victoria, you have Leona, you have Nails. Anything you want. As long as they will mesh well with these units, they are really good to fit in here. Maybe you need some double chain like Isban also, you can put in here. Maybe you really don't need another DPS because Nobio can deal damage. Yes, Nobio can deal damage. So, maybe Nobio can act as a DPS unit, but there is some caveat to that because whenever you're not in full health, Nobio, instead of attacking the enemy, he will just heal. He will not deal damage. So, it is kind of tricky to use Nobio as your main DPS. So, it's better to put in some DPS here. Next, we have Giles. Yes, Giles on a team is already SS tier. In my honest opinion, guys. Because Giles is that good. You really, but there's a poor blank spot here. Depending on the available units that you have, it will still be an SS tier team because of Giles. Giles is that good, guys. I wish I have Giles, but I opted not to summon for him because I don't have that much resources that time. Because I opted to summon for Lenoa, not Giles. Because yeah, waifu purposes, waifu reasons. That is why I don't have Giles. Next, we have the S plus tier team here. We have Nails and Victoria. These two alone makes a pretty good combination because they are the one that can bleed debuff the enemy. If the enemy does not resist the bleed DOT debuff, then both of these two units can deal massive damage to the enemy. And then you can just fill in the slots here with your typical support for team building like the tile converters or some healer. Maybe you really need a healer because Nails is very risky to play with because Nails reduces your HP to deal massive damage to the enemy. So maybe you need some form of HP sustain for this one. So maybe you can slot in Alice or Nobio for this one. Next, we have here, lastly, an F2P team. This is an F2P team. Prosper, Paus, Tiny One, Magi, Isban. Prosper is free from the old seal, the legendary Aurorian that you can get. Paus is free from the 5-star selector box way back before. And also, Paus is regularly featured in the Star Store shop. So, he is pretty much accessible to everyone. Tiny One is pretty common because Tiny One is a 3-star unit. And Magi also is available during the achievement box. Same with Isban. Although Magi is a bit rare because you cannot get Magi from the Star Store shop. But Isban is available in the Star Store shop. So just watch out for his future there when he becomes available there. Because Isban is also a really good unit. Especially with preemptive strike. Because turn 1 preemptive strike is really powerful for the team. Because it gives you a huge advantage to deal some massive damage at the start of the game, at the start of the battle. I did not put out any more teams here, but as I've said, you can just fill in the blanks with the units that you have with the available teams here. This is some form of team building layout for you guys to help you guys out with your team building. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for me for today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.